Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. AEW Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. I think the show has already gone downhill a little bit, folks. There, little review of Rampage. We're going to talk about the CM Punk promo from after the show or whatever there. I had a couple people telling me, CM Punk, he put the haters in their place or whatever. I was watching a couple funny vids or whatever. Charlie Wolfkill 2021, what's going on, WJ? I'm on nicotine replacement products there, and it's tough, boy. I mean, Peter Spence. Sup, WJ Peter? I mean, life ain't easy there. I got nicotine gum. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, Billy Todd, longtime fan, WJ, you are a beast. Thank you, sir. Jermaine Guillory, what's up, Wrestling Jesus? Richie the Wolf, good evening there. Peter Spence, Tyrone Woodley gonna knock out Jake Paul. Probably won't watch this there. Cool, man. SmackDown drew more ratings than AEW. Boy, did they ever there. Almost 3 million or something like this there. So, folks, basically, Rampage. It started off the first week. I thought it was a good wrestling show. Christian versus Kenny Omega for the TNA World title or whatever. A couple of okay matches. The following week, you had CM Punk making his debut. So that made it a big show. But the matches were shit, you know what I mean? And now this week, it's even cheaper there. You get CM Punk, but he's there after the show or whatever, off the air, to send people home happy. We're going to get to this soon there, but in terms of wrestling matches, folks, the quality's already gone down. Like I talked about this, is it going to be like WWE main event? It started off strong and then it became pure bullshit or whatever. Well, the same thing happened here, folks. And how many shows does a startup company really need? Like, just start off by making your first show good, Dynamite. It's still not good enough, you know what I mean? But they need to add a third hour, which is a reference to Raw having 3 hours, Oh, it's the third hour. Well, it's exactly what this hour was, the third fucking hour, an hour of shit, folks. I mean, how about just have one good show? You're not WWE. You know what I mean? The ego of this company. Hey, we have 25 shows out of nowhere. We're like WWE. You know what I mean? We have dark matches. Your whole fucking show should be in the dark or whatever because it's garbage. You know what I mean? Like, we have dark matches. Just want to be WWE. We have a video game. Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't have shit. You know what I mean? Like, so the first match, the tag team eliminator fucking competition or whatever, Lucha Brothers defeated Jurassic Express. So for an eliminator tournament, this lasted like 3 matches? Was there like 4 teams in the tournament? Not much excitement here. And Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks, we've already seen this, you know what I mean? It's going to be Young Bucks versus Lucha Young Bucks or whatever again. So a flippy fucking doodah, flippy into overdrive match or whatever. And again, we've already seen this, right? So now you can see they're starting to do more rematches, but when AEW started, apparently they weren't going to have rematches. Apparently WWE sucked for having rematches, shit like this. And here's a rematch there. When are the AEW fans going to come out and say, hey, we attack McMahon for having old guys. We attack McMahon for having rematches. But we're doing the exact same thing here and worshiping it. When is this going to be admitted by these fans there? You know what I mean? How are you going to be excited for a rematch when you claim McMahon is evil for putting on rematches? You know what I mean? Like, next in Inc., AEW is TNA 2.0 there, yes. Yeah. Even worse. Fuck. So in terms of match quality for this match here, folks, we're going to have a special guest come on and talk about this match there.
Hey guys, it's the Wrestling Otaku here. I thought this was a great match. I thought it was a real good match. I mean, thank you for bringing back tag team wrestling, Tony. I mean, you're really doing a good deed with this here tag team wrestling. By the way, CM Punk owned your haters with his promo after the show. I mean, CM Punk owned you, motherfuckers. I mean,
well, listen there, Otaku, we're going to get to this there. This promo after the match or whatever there. We had a big Punk and Darby Allin video package, ladies and gentlemen, to promote their exciting match. You know what I mean? But here's the problem. They haven't really done shit. Punk and Darby Allin, they haven't stood in the ring together. They haven't interacted. You have Punk kissing his ass and Darby standing there with Sting. So that's the package. At the pay-per-view, you're getting a man who got his ass whooped in UFC versus a guy who looks like a 15-year-old kid. And then it cuts to a quick clip of CM Punk.
I think Darby's cool, I mean.
Is there a reason for this match? Not really. Then it's a shot of Darby Allin in the rafters and then a shot of his face.
I think Darby Allin is a cute boy.
Stay tuned for this crazy upcoming match about nothing. Only at All Out. It's like, get a fucking life there. Like, give something. What kind of video package is this with fuck all? Like, at least have a little shoving contest. You can at least put this in the package.
Fuck you, Darby.
You have nothing for this package. He'd be my favorite wrestler when I was 15. Tune in to this big, exciting match. It's like, get a fucking grip, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna put him over, guys.
And then you had Miro coming out. I think it was going to be Tony Schiavone interviewing Miro. But instead of cutting a promo because Miro fucking sucks on the mic there, he just came out with Fuego del Sol and he was beating him up a little bit. Brings him into the ring or whatever. And then Eddie Kingston just randomly ran out there. starts to save Miro, and then there's a separation from the referees. Just announced at All Out, it's Miro versus Kingston. You know, where's the build-up for this there? It could have been good. Kingston cutting promos, not good, but Kingston could have at least tried to do something. Instead, it's been Eddie Kingston getting his ass whooped for a month by Danny Garcia and 2.0. Nobody fucking knows these guys. Like, who are they? And Ambrose is fighting some random Japanese guy. What was all this shit with this 2.0 and Danny Garcia? And then a week before All Out, you have a fucking really, really fast throwaway random skit. Just announced Kingston and Miro with zero fucking build. Like, why couldn't you build up Kingston and Miro for the past couple weeks? What was this shit with 2.0 Danny Garcia? Who the fuck are these people? You know what I mean? I'm gonna need to puff on my fucking nicotine replacement there, folks. Jay Long, CM Punk, a crybaby before being a crybaby was cool. Well, this promo here, he's already showing signs of being a fucking crybaby. You know what I mean? Like, in the second match, the Bunny defeated Ty Conti, a quick throwaway match. The Butcher, the Blade, whatever, her boring boyfriend from TNA, he does a fucking brass knuckle gimmick nobody cares about there. He gives the brass knuckles to his girlfriend. She punches Ty Conti 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and nobody gave a fuck, ladies and gentlemen. Almighty One, what is this Bunny BS stuff? It's boring. A boring female wrestler who can't talk or wrestle there is what she is. She was in TNA and put on horrible wrestling. Apparently before this, her name was Cherry Bomb on the Indies. Oh my God, I'm excited there. Now she's doing some kind of crazy gimmick or whatever the fuck there. And in the main event, ladies and gentlemen, it was Kenny Omega and the lackey Brendan Cutler versus Christian and Frankie Kazarian there, ladies and gentlemen. And basically, you know, they let Brandon Cutler do a lot of goofy shit. So Cutler gets the tag, and then, you know, according to Christian, this Cutler was in the match because, what's his name? The man, Don Callis, was doing more Carney bullshit. Like, how many shows are you going to use this Carney bullshit line? It wasn't that cool, the line. Oh, he's doing Carney bullshit again. Oh, it's the company AEW doing Carney bullshit by putting this fucking jobber in the match, which takes away all seriousness of the match. You have Christian and Kenny. 2 weeks ago, they put on a good fucking match at Rampage. This week, it's a fucking goof clown jobber dancing the whole time, doing a bunch of goofy antics or whatever. And eventually Kenny or Christian gets the win by pinning this jobber. So basically it was like looking at an indie show. You know what I mean? This was indie wrestling. This wasn't good wrestling. This wasn't big, good wrestling match. It was nothing like this. It wasn't revolutionary. It wasn't changing the game. It was cheap, retarded, unfunny indie wrestling, and it's sad that Christian, seeing what he's able to do in the ring, it's sad that he's there wrestling in this carny match or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, sad, folks. Now, speaking of sad, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk. Apparently, he came out to send the fans home happy or whatever. You know, in WWE, after Raw goes off the air, they have a match to send people home happy or a promo with a big name. Well, AEW took this and made a big deal out of it. CM Punk is sending home the fans happy. He's sending the fans home happy. Like it's a big fucking deal. Like WWE, they do this all the time. It's normal just to have a guy come out, do a quick promo for the fans. But AEW, they do this. And they have to fucking brag about it. They put this on their YouTube channel there. And they act like it's a big fucking deal there. CM Punk came out to send the fans home or whatever. And here's the fucking deal. The crowd was fucking dead. The crowd was dead. Beyond fucking dead. Okay. So after this match, Christian and Frankie Kazarian are in the ring. And then CM Punk comes out. Okay. And he starts cutting a promo. I never thought I'd be over enough to be the guy who came out here to send everybody home. Why can't he just come out and do this thing? To send the fans home happy. Why does he have to come out? We're here to send people happy. Ha ha. Like the WWE does. Like, just do it naturally. Like, why does Punk have to come out? Hey, I'm over enough to do this. Like John Cena does. Oh, like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Why can't anything just feel natural in this company? You know what I mean? Instead, hey, I'm over and I'm sending y'all home happy. It's weird. They're weird, this company. You know what I mean? He says, I never thought I'd be over enough to be the guy who came out here to send everybody home. But I just want to say that it's so cool to be here, he says. And the way he said it kind of looked like he didn't know what to say. I just want to say that it's like that. Just want to say that it's so cool to be here. Like, talk about lame, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be out there to do a job. You're supposed to be a wrestler. Why go out like this? It's like so cool to be here. This is like lame, cheap, pandering. You got nothing to say, bud. Nothing to fucking say without a script, and it shows. It's like so cool to be here, man. He looked like he was high as fuck when he was talking to. It's so cool to be here. Why does it feel so fucking lame and corny and cheesy? Nothing about this feels cool. It feels desperate, is what it feels like. The desperation is going to come pretty soon there. He's like, you came here. It's late. Sometimes the shows can be long. The reason he says this is because this crowd was on life support. They were visibly just dead. Like, it was like this.
Hey guys, Wrestling Otaku here. I'm really tired. Let me look at some of this MGTOW shit to keep myself awake here.
The crowd was fucking dead, you know what I mean? You're enthusiastic. You give everything you got. Because the wrestlers give you all they got or whatever. More pandering. But this crowd, like I said, they were fucking comatose. Apparently, they sat through dark Dynamite, which was fucking boring. And then they had to sit through this mediocre show, which ends with this loser, Brandon Cutler, in the main event. You know what I mean? So by the time Punk comes out with this boring promo, the fans were fucking dead. Like,
you guys give it all you got because you're enthusiastic, and these wrestlers give you all they got. These wrestlers want to fuck you up the ass. I mean, we'll do anything if you cheer for us. We'll go to your house and clean your cars. Please, please cheer for us, please.
And the crowd's like, ah, ah. They were dead. You could hear it. Watch this promo on it was so bad. So bad, trying to milk fucking blood out of a stone out of these fans. Ah! It was like torture for these poor 300-pound jobbers. You know what I mean? And then he's like, guys, I'm super grateful. Come on, give it up there. I'm super grateful, he says.
And eventually, the CM Punk luster will wear off, he says.
But I'm just going to keep soaking it in. Eventually, the CM Punk luster will wear off. He says, you guys cheering for the song for Cult of Personality, eventually it's going to wear off. Newsflash, it's already worn off there. Okay, you had your big ovation. On Dynamite, it was an embarrassment, your ovation. This week, these fans were fucking dead. And you are not good enough to get them to cheer. You weren't. These fans were being tortured there. Beyond torture, sitting there. You could tell these fans were desperate. Their face. You could tell the look on their face. Like this. That's how they looked. They were very, very in pain. You know what I mean? And just coming out here, I'm grateful. This wasn't good enough. Eventually, the CM Punk luster will wear off. It already worn off, ladies and gentlemen. It's already worn off, and you can tell. And it's embarrassing. And this was embarrassing, putting this promo on your YouTube for the world to see your three desperate superstars in the ring trying way too hard and getting zero reaction. Like, this was embarrassing. And then you had Christian Cage there trying to either fucking reassure Punk or he's trying to convince the dead crowd that what Punk's saying is true. Christian starts talking.
Listen, man, enough with this humble CM Punk. It's a big fucking deal that you're here, man.
You know, and it just, it was a big deal the first week, but, Brock Lesnar came out and then it's like, whoa. SmackDown got 3 million almost viewers because Brock came back. You know what I mean? That's a big deal, bitches. A real star comes back at the pay-per-view, and then at the following show, you get almost 3 million. That's a fucking big deal. From 2 million, almost a million fucking viewer jump there for Brock. You know what I mean? CM Punk, they got the same fucking thing, the same number, 1.1. They've been getting a 1 million plus for about a month because every show was like a free pay-per-view in July and shit like this. They got almost a million for a month straight. So they got, what, 100,000 more? Big fucking deal. You know what I mean? So it's a big fucking deal, man. Christian trying to look cool. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck you guys. Big fucking deal. I mean, but it just isn't, apparently, according to the viewership. According to the viewership, it's not that big a deal. So Christian trying to reassure Punk, trying to reassure the fans. What else did Christian say? Some little joke there about, oh, it wasn't a letdown when you were back, bro. Because the fans thought it was a letdown when Christian came back or whatever. So he made a joke about this, you know? I was a letdown, but you're a big fucking deal, bro. Ratings are back. Wah, wah. It's like, this is big, guys. This is fucking big. And then you have poor Frankie Kazarian, you know what I mean? Poor Frankie, who had no business being there in the ring or whatever. He's like, hey, I've been here since day one. I'm in the AEW original. The company's been open for 2 years there, Frank. You and 100 other guys are originals there. Wait at least a few more years before doing your TNA Originals gimmick. Hey, it's TNA Original Frankie Kazarian. Hey, I'm as bland as fuck. I'm extremely boring. But I'm an original. Hey! Let's go, Frankie. Hey, Frankie. You got it, Frank. It's like, nobody gives a shit there, Frankie. Nobody gives a flying fuck. You know what I mean? And then Big Frank, instead of calling it All Out the next pay-per-view, he's like, we're going to get into full fucking gear, guys. And then CM Punk, it's not full gear, Frank. It's all out. Like, amateur hour, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? You had one job, Frankie, to go out there. You talk for 10 seconds, you have to hype the pay-per-view, he gives the wrong name. What a joke there, Big Frank. What a fucking joke. And then Christian, I didn't get an ice cream bar. Right? This isn't scripted there. These promos, it's not scripted. Frankie gets a turn, and then Christian sets up the line of the ice cream bar. This is, I didn't get an ice cream bar, Punk. Oh! And then it leads to the ice cream bar, and then Punk is like, I just got something to say. There's ice cream bars on sale at the next show. Ho-ho! CM Punk doing what he did best in WWE, folks. Hawking some shitty products or whatever. Hey, I'm so excited. CM Punk said ice cream bar. I'm marking out. CM Punk is from Chicago. Ho-ho! Why would I give two shits about this? I have no fucking clue. but the other retards in the crowd are cheering for Chicago. So I guess I gotta do it too. The next show is gonna be in Chicago. Chicago. Here's a boring song called Cult of Personality. It's not even a good fucking song or anything. Hey, I know eventually it's gonna wear off and you guys aren't gonna cheer anymore for my boring song. It's like, your song is fucking boring. Like, but that's CM Punk's big announcement there. At the next show, we're gonna have ice cream bars for sale. Like, what? Why would I give a fuck about this? Like, you know, the wrestling otaku is gonna fucking grab these bars. He's not even gonna chew, just cram him in at $25 a bar, and he just touches his teeth and they melt on him back. Like, but why would I personally give a fuck as a grown man if somebody else is gonna fucking have ice cream bars for sale? Why would I give two shits about ice cream bar? Like, are these fans really this retarded? You know what I mean? Are they really that fucked in the head, like mentally challenged boys? They have mentality of 9-year-old boy. I get ice cream. Like, who cares? And they can't see through it that this is just cheap money-making garbage. Like, these fans. I'm gonna sell you ice cream bars and you're gonna buy them because you're retarded. Oh, Lordy, Lord. I'm crying here. Come on, stop it, Punk. You're making me cry here. Come on. Give me a fucking break. And then, folks, let me take a little puff of this there. Jesus Christ. It's horrible. Horrible. Germain's what culture equals smart culture? These are people just panderings. What culture, JD? You know, they're playing the same game that the wrestlers play. You know, that's it. What's the fucking general opinion on Twitter? Let's just repeat that to them. They feel like their opinions are justified because what culture just repeats the fans' opinion? Yeah, we're in the retard echo chamber. We're winning. 600-pound guy. We're winning here. It's like, so CM Punk, he's talking about the show. He says, if you like what you saw, tweet about it. Tell your friends. If you didn't like it, shut the fuck up, is what he says. And then the crowd, yeah! Like, well, before that, Punk, we'll get back to this North Korean regime garbage there. I forgot before this, when he was talking about the ice cream bars. That's how I work. I give them to you for free, then you gotta buy them. I gotta buy kibble for Larry. I guess Larry is his dog. It's another reference, like calling AJ Lee April, I guess. I gotta feed Larry. Larry! Why am I laughing? Like, these 600-pound marks are gonna buy fucking ice cream bars that, like, for what reason? I have no fucking clue. So I can feed my dog. That's the promo. That's what he tells the fans. Like, I understand you want to try to keep it real, but this is a little fucking lame. Like, I'm going to make profit off of ice cream bars.
and you fat retards are going to purchase them, and I could have money to feed my dog. His name is Larry. That's not funny or cool in any way, but let me react to what I just said like if it is. Larry. The poor fans in the crowd. Who the fuck is Larry? I don't know. Just keep cheering or else they're going to shock us. Like, but back to the last line or whatever. If you like what you saw, tweet about it. Tell your friends. If you didn't like it, shut the fuck up. What? I'm sorry. Who the fuck is this fucking clown to tell us to shut the fuck up if we don't like the show? Like I said, is this the North Korean regime there? So CM Punk, he retires the voice of the voiceless. And now he's just the fucking voice of the company. Is that what he is now? The voice of the company telling us to shut up if we don't like the show? That's a way to send the people home, huh, folks? Hey, if you don't like this, keep your opinions to yourself. Just shut the fuck up. Who the fuck does this boring retard think he is? Telling us to shut the fuck up. My space goes Benoit, voice of the virgins, exactly. Like, I find it funny. Punk was supposed to be the guy who spoke for us. Remember that fake shit? He spoke for us. And now if you have a different opinion than what the company wants, now he's telling us to shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck is this? You know, there's the obvious, fuck you, we're going to voice our opinion, motherfucker. And then number two, this contributes to the fucking toxic environment of the AEW fans. These retards, they can't accept a different opinion. If we voice a different opinion that the show isn't good, which, by the way, motherfucker, is like the most obvious opinion when you look at this retarded product, you know. But because we voice an opinion, the AEW fans freak out and they attack everybody and shit like this. And putting this garbage out there, it contributes to that. You know, it makes the AEW fans attack everybody, and by doing this, you make yourselves look bad. You do. You know what I mean? You just do. The fans look at the behavior, and what's more pathetic is CM Punk going in front of a crowd full of wrestling fans, telling them to shut the fuck up if they don't like the show. This is worse than anything WWE has ever said. Like, you know, some wrestlers are going to go do interviews. Hey, guys, just try to enjoy the show. I mean, you don't have to be so negative. And then we talk like they're so evil. They're trying to control the narrative. They're trying to silence us. And then you have CM Punk on camera. If you don't like the show, shut the fuck up, he says. This is worse and more direct than anything that WWE has said. Is that a fact or not? I've never seen John Cena go on the show, on camera. You don't like the show, shut your mouth. Only enjoy it. John Cena told the people, cheer for what you want. You love me, you love me. You hate me, you hate me. That's what Cena said. Did he not say this? Cheer for me or hate me, it's your choice. CM Punk, if you don't like the show, shut the fuck up. Who's the Kim Jong-un here? You know what I mean? Who's the Kim Jong-un? You know what I mean? CM Starvin Marvin, he's pretty fucking skinny. CM Punk, maybe he needs to eat a couple box of ice cream bar. I mean, for the love of God.
5-star general, old man Phil Brooks. He looks old, you know what I mean. Crying Mark Punk. Well, he sounds like a Mark. Is he saying this because he wants to cater to the AEW fans that want to silence everybody? Or is this the message that the company wants to put out there? Because this is beyond WWE-esque when it comes to silencing the people. You know what I mean? If you don't like the show, shut the fuck up. And this comes off pretty desperate to me there. Going in front of the crowd, hey, if you like this, tell your friends. Doesn't that seem desperate? They get a 1.1 rating. They get no viewership. So now Punk has to fucking beg people, hey, please tell your friends. Like, give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? Those bags under his eyes look really bad. He's getting old there. MWK 360 there. CM Punk is a thin-skinned bitch. You probably can't handle hate, though. The man has such a big ego. He thought he should have beaten The Rock. He thought he should have ended the streak. Brock Lesnar ended the streak. Why is that? Look at the numbers. He comes back, SmackDown gets almost 1 million. Right. Punk comes back or he's on Dynamite. They get the same thing that they've been getting, an average of July. They get the same numbers. That's why McMahon let Brock end the streak, because it brings money, right? It brings viewership, buy rates. You know, that's why McMahon does what he does. It's for money purpose. It's not to hurt the fans. It's not to hurt CM Punk. You know what I mean? And the comments on this video on the AEW's page, I'm just happy that CM Punk looks happy. Is that really like what you should want? Like, this is implying that the narrative is true, that WWE fucking ties up their wrestlers in cages and fucking whips them day in and day out. Vince, please, I just want to be creative. Let me take this nicotine product and shove it up your ass. Let me stick it in your ass. You know, let me hurt you. Let me tie up your nipples to these electrodes and shock your nipples there. I'm going to take away your joy and happiness. You know, they believe that it's like this for the wrestlers. And then when CM Punk comes out, you guys get to buy ice cream bars. Oh my God, he's so happy. He was tortured. He was being tortured so much, and now he's happy. Look at him galloping like a horse. He's free. He's in the wild with his other horses. Look at him running and having such a good time. Like, what is this? Like, whoever taught like that? You know, we're regular-minded grown men. Like, I never taught like this. CM Punk is stone cold. He's out there. He's having such a good time. Look at The Rock. Rock is smiling. Like, you have to imply that, you know, that Vince is hurting the wrestlers and they're so unhappy. And then when they go to AEW, it's Cody Rhodes licking their nipple for an hour and jacking them off. Let me prep you, Punk. Let me prep you before you go out there. Cody's jerking him off and licking his nipple. Oh, I think he's happy enough now, Tone. I think I made him happy. Good work. Good work, Cody. You're good at making the wrestlers happy backstage. You're so great at your job. Thank you. Thank you. Daddy was good at prepping the stars as well, just like I am. You know? And then he comes out, I'm happy. And then the fans, yeah, I'm so happy that you're happy. It's like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is this? Cody Rhodes is the biggest douche in AEW. I agree, for God's sakes. I agree. Big old chunk. Outlick everyone. That's right. Fuck. Outlick everyone there. That's the motto backstage in AEW. So that's about it, folks. There, I'm gonna let y'all go and have a good time there. I just want you guys to be happy there.
Hey, listen, you don't need women. You don't need women to be happy, all right? Otaku here. All you need is for CM Punk to be happy. I don't need a woman. I just need anime porn to be happy. I mean, fuck you guys. CM Punk showed you. CM Punk showed you. And he made me happy. I was crying when he came out. I mean, I was crying. I'm such a happy fella. I mean, I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy fella.